Right. Item number 3, apologies. To receive and accept apologies where valid reasons for absence have been given. I believe everyone's here. Okay. Item number 4, declarations of interest. To receive any declarations of interest in accordance with the requirements of the Location Act 2011 and to consider any request for dispensations in respect of precautionary or non-precautionary interest in agenda items. Have we got any declarations of interest? Sam?
267019. I think I have a working personal person. 09, yeah, 019, sorry.
019.
Number 1, to consider and resolve to agree the position of deputy clerk. I have a personal working relationship with one of theirs, so I prefer not to be involved with that one.
Thank you, Sam.
It's a non-pecuniary.
Yeah, no.
Is there anyone else? Okay, that moves us on to the public forum. Anyone would like to speak in the public forum? Carry on, please.
Yes. Just 2 things really from me. First of all, it's nice to see Jan back. So,
Thank you.
Well done, Jan. Nice to see you back. Secondly, my family would like to buy or give the money towards a memorial tree for Hallgate Cemetery. What is the procedure for that?
You're aware of the procedure off the top of your head?
I think Isabel.
Isabel?
We haven't actually got a procedure for a memorial tree at the moment. We've discussed it about having set trees and buying set trees, but there isn't a process in place. So if you were to put something in writing to us as to what you would propose,
It was whatever you want. We would pay for a tree, so just leave it to you. We could just have a tree in the memorial tree family name.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. Anyone?
Thank you.
Anyone else? Carry on.
Thank you. I'd like to reiterate what John has said here about the return of the clerk, Jan, from your absence, and you have been missed, so I appreciate that. Item 3 on the part of the agenda regarding an update on the getting back to work. We obviously thank Councillor Hazard for your diligence and attention to all the work you've undertaken working in the council chambers during this time. It is appreciated. I'm assuming you're not taking up residence there. We have some officers there for rental, I believe, and there is a lot of equipment and bits and pieces, but you have been noted to have been there quite a lot of time, so I just mentioned that and with thanks. But you know, business, council business, not personal use, of course. I'd like to follow up on that earlier note about Becky, because it is with deep regret that we've been reading the correspondence about her, and it's very disappointing to read that she has it. It's very sad and tragic, but it's good to see the support she's received from the friends and the public, and obviously we thank her for many of the last few years' events. There will be various events being arranged. One of them is this one that Councillor Wiltshire showed before the meeting, which is good to see that it's being supported. Obviously, it may not be possible to share the exact details because of GDPR, but perhaps there could be some clarification, because the reading of these sort of documents reads as if she actually has left the Holbridge Parish Council suddenly halted due to illness. I'm not sure that's actually correct, and I don't want any misrepresentation which might come back on the council sometime in the future. May not do, may not be at all, but it's just a case that I was under the impression from Becky herself that she left for various other reasons and decided to take up a new role at Crowland. I know it's very sensitive, but I just have my right and understanding there, and it's just the council might want to make observations of that for the future in case there is any feedback on that one.
Thank you.
It's not being nasty, I'm not trying to be anti it and everything else. In fact, I support the idea of it. There's been a lot of publicity on Facebook about CCTV in Carter's Park in the town. I'm told from the chair that this has been being worked on, and there'll be some good news on this from soon, we hope. I know that we're already in May, and no notes have been published for the annual parish meeting. I remarked to the chair on May the 4th, and he indicated there will be a meeting probably in June. I do mention the Local Government Act of 1972, where public meetings are to be held at least once between the 10th of March, between the 1st of March and the 1st of June, inclusive in every year. our last one was the 10th of March, which was some 15 months ago. You indicated it's going to be in June, so can I keep June the 1st available, because that's the first day, that's the first Monday on that date in June, and that'd be the last day you could have a annual parish meeting.
That should be fine, shouldn't
If it's not held on or before the June the 1st, the parish has failed to comply with the statutory requirements under the Local Government Act.
it? Yeah, so we will look at the date, and it'll be by that date. We might have it late May. We'll have a look at it and make sure
It's just the only thing I wanted you to be compliant, obviously, because of legalities, and it then means that if you don't have it, all of your other things that you do after that may not be legal.
No, that's
So
fine.
it's from the legal perspective of that. I noticed that agenda item 267007 is to approve the correct records of meetings of the council and to authorise the chair to sign official minutes. There have been a lot of minutes there to be signed and be looked at. There is still one outstanding, I hasten to add, because you're looking at all of the minutes there, and that's the draft notes again from 2 to the 3rd of June 2025 that I gave the chair a copy of at the last extraordinary meeting. That also needs to be included somewhere. That meeting took place and hasn't been signed off on. That's still shown as being drafts on the website. Meeting took place. I know there's not many people who can actually approve the minutes. There's only Mr. Wiltshire, but on there, and I read it out. Councillor Wiltshire demanded the clerk leave the meeting. The clerk refused as councillors can't act alone. And the way that reads there, the meeting closed very quickly and lasted 13 minutes according to that time, but it did take place and should be signed.
Okay.
Just one other.
We should keep it to 3 minutes, but carry on if you've got one other, that's fine.
Right, okay, that's something else. When we come to the annual parish meeting, could that consideration of 3 minutes be extended, because that's more for the parishioners to put forward their ideas, and more than 3 minutes might be required and will be requested. I'll skip that one from the parish meeting, this one I've got here. You've got the use of the Carter's Park, but there was by Ryan Gill-Martin for the photography exhibition on 13th June. There's no details in the supporting document about what's happening on that, whether it's charged, etc., so we can't make any comments. I'd be interested to see some things like that on the supporting documents of what they're for and what's happening and somebody being charged. Supporting documents are important. The terms of reference on item 267009, we seem to have this every year, and we don't seem to get them set for a long period of time. There seems to be constant changes. I know they've been postponed now, or the suggestion has been on the supporting documents to postpone them, and they really should be, because obviously no one's had a chance to read to see what the new drafts are.
Yeah. Is that everything?
Well, I won't go on about the Holbridge United football payments, but that's another story. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the public who wants to speak?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Firstly, welcome back, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
I note that there is a planning application regarding a tractor shed in at South Holland District Council by the Parish Council. Would it not be sensible to put toilets on the end of the tractor shed? In the light that the toilets we've currently got are becoming due to renewal, and it would make it into a better site near the park, children's play area, near the car park, and near where we have the market.
Thank you for your comment.
Right, next item. Through yourself to Sophie, we have got RAM takeaway down Boston Road. Can we have an update as whether everything there is legal, or if it's not legal, if anything action is being taken? Because I note they are now sponsors of Holbridge United. I also note that Tiger Roll is now a sponsor of Holbridge United. So do I take from that that Tiger Roll is sublet by Holbridge United Football Club? And is it in the tenancy agreement of Holbridge Parish Council to the football club to be able to be let?
We'll look into that, thank you.
Right, thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak? No? Okay, thank you. Right. Item number 6, report from elected members. Receive reports from elected members of Southend District Council and Eastern County Council. Anyone?
I haven't got anything to report. I haven't been attending Southend District Council meetings with my medical problems, but they're starting the AGM this week, which I'll be attending and moving forward. Very good.
Okay, that moves us on to item number 7. The minutes to resolve and approve as correct the notes of the meetings. So,
So I've got the draft ones.
okay. So is there any small changes that people would like to do on the minutes to allow them to be approved, or are they all large? Sophie?
Well, I sent through my email today as requested with all the details on, because we discussed it at the last meeting. I had a discussion with you, Chair, before the meeting about them. There isn't small items. On quite a few ones, there's actually decisions that are still missing that haven't even been noted. There are some sections in the minutes that have been done that aren't actually an agenda item, so it obviously hasn't tallied up correctly. And then there's other bits and pieces that need clarity and things like that throughout the whole minutes. Obviously can't comment on the April 2nd ones because I wasn't there, but for the other ones I've sent through all the different list of things, and there's quite a bit. So I don't think you'd probably be able to make amendments on the night.
Well, I've got the ones here from the 8th of December, but I've not got 2 screens, so I can't jump between your email. But if you tell everybody what it is, then I can...
I think personally, given the number of changes that are needed to all the minutes, I would like to review them myself and the rest of the council before they're approved, because there's a significant number of changes. I mean, there's at least 5 or 6 key things on each set of minutes. We really need to then see the updated versions to make sure we're happy with them, rather than doing them on the night, because it's not just a couple of bits of wording, it's...
Right. Is that every single this up and read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of minutes here?
Your 2nd of April ones.
I wasn't at 2nd of April, so I can't comment on their accuracy.
So the last 2, 1 and 2, you can ask.
Has anyone got the last 2 ones on here are from the 2nd of April? 2 meetings, 2nd of April, as we both know. Has anyone got any issues with the meeting notes from the 2nd of April?
No.
No? Is anyone happy to approve the meeting notes?
So proposed.
Opposed, yeah?
Yeah.
Seconded?
Yeah, I'll second it.
All in to approve notes first and second?
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's the notes from the 2 ones, yeah?
No, you've got to do each one.
Right, okay, so that is 2nd of April 2026, meeting number 1, that would be the co-options, yeah, and for sort of proposal to accept the second one, 2006, meeting number 2. We've got a proposal to accept that?
Yeah, so proposed.
Yeah, seconded? All in for that? Thank you. Right, so that's empty, yeah? Okay. Right, okay, so the next one, item number 8, is to receive a report from the clerk.
Right, so it's good to be back, and a huge thank you to Ed for all his hard work while he's been on his own. I've completed the payments list as best as possible due to the backlog and everything being in a bit of a muddle. So if there are anything that's wrong, bear with. Thank you.
Item number 2 is to receive an update on vacancies.
Isabel's got
Isabel, sorry.
Yeah, I'd like to reiterate, welcome back, Jan, and also I know that you thanked Ed, but I would also, from the council, like to thank all members of staff and councillors for all their hard work whilst you have been off, because the Parks team have been working way over and above as well. So I'd like to have that noted, please.
Thank you. Item number 2, to receive an update on vacancies.
Right. Sorry, just type that in. Right, so there's 6 vacancies on town ward, 3 on Herne and 1 on Drove.
Can I just say, when I was co-opted, I didn't specify which ward I wanted to
I
represent.
think you've gone through as St John's.
Have I?
I believe so. Adrian said.
Okay, that's all right.
Are you happy with that?
Well, it's possible that I might be moving out of that ward, but I can stay on. It's only another year, is it? Yeah, I'll stay.
Okay. Item number 3 is the co-options. There is no co-options, is there? Okay.
That says it on this one.
Yeah. Right, we'll move to this one now.
So, next page.
Right, okay. Now we move back to this one. Okay, so item number 9 is to look at the terms of reference. I would suggest that we defer this item until the committees have met to discuss them. Is there any objections to that? Sophie?
All I would say is we know very clearly what our workload is like and how much of a backlog we've got in certain areas. I think the council needs to consider what committees is really necessary and which ones it has. So by all means, we're not in a position to necessarily agree new terms of reference. If we are going to be setting up any of the committees, are we doing so currently under the existing terms of reference and then bring it back to council? So by all means, said committees can have a look at them, but we as a council really need to decide which ones are worth carrying on with moving forward for this period of time.
Yes.
Until we can actually get our workload up. So in terms of moving forward through the agenda, do we have a consensus as a council as which committees we're actually going with, and therefore are we agreeing the existing terms of reference in the interim? Because else they technically don't have any terms of reference to work with.
Shall we go through them one by one and then see which ones? So,
It's not an agenda item.
they're all separated. So
Yeah,
we
so
can
you can defer on terms of reference,
yeah.
and then you do each committee.
Right, okay, so the clerk, Sophie.
Sorry, just a point of clarification, what I'm meaning is because we're resetting in May,
Yeah.
then are we, given we've got the agenda items for the terms of reference, if we just defer all of them, under which terms of reference are the said committees working with? Are we agreeing to continue on with the existing terms of
Yes,
reference?
we are, yes.
So therefore, the items of agreeing the terms of reference, we are agreeing the ones we've got. Does that make sense?
Yes, and
Yeah,
if we
so
need to
we're not
correct
deferring it necessarily, are we? We're just going, we're agreeing, so the proposal would be to stick with the existing terms of reference.
yes,
Yeah?
yes.
I'll propose that then.
I would go the existing terms of reference until the committees are met and they can set their own terms of reference.
Yes, okay, yes, that's the suggestion, yes. So is that seconded?
Yeah, I'll go there.
Everyone in for that? Thank you. Right. Right, so item number 10, Finance and Admin Committee. To elect members to the committee.
I'd like to nominate Eddie. Because you're an old finance brain.
I'm sure it's part of it, finance. So good at it.
Yeah, right. Didn't know that yet, did we?
Sophie?
So again, just going back to my point before, if we go through and do this for every single one, that's going to be 5 sets of agendas, 5 sets of minutes, 5 sets of support documents. As much as, you know, Jan's brilliant and she'll be able to do stuff, I know she's got a lot of other finance work to be focusing on, and we as a council have got other things we need to be focusing on. Finance is one of those ones where they are reviewing the finances and everything, but ultimately those payments lists, bank balances, etc. come to council anyway. And given our state of affairs with our finances, I think everybody around the room needs to have a much better understanding of where we're at, not just a committee of potentially 3 people. So I would be suggesting finance would be a suitable one to put on hold for the time being.
I'll agree with that.
I would also agree.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
I would disagree because.
Well, that's moving.
Eddie's happy with that too.
So the proposal would be not to have a finance committee at this particular time, is that correct?
So bring it back to council.
Bring it back to council. We've got that's proposal seconded.
Seconded.
All in for that? Thank you.
No, I'm not.
And one.
Sorry, who proposed?
Peter.
Sophie proposed. Peter
I seconded.
seconded. Tim seconded. And everyone agreed except.
Except for, do you want that recorded?
Yes, please.
And these obviously we could look at the situation next time. It doesn't mean it's a permanent solution. It just means for 1 month or to the next meeting. So we don't need to announce them. And obviously, bearing in mind there isn't one, we need to note the bank balances, item number 3, which is to note the bank balances of 30th of April, account ending 4844 being £3,088.80, account ending 5394 being £465,035.91p, an account ending 001 £300,276.54p. Is everyone happy with that? Proposal to accept that? Yeah,
Opposed?
seconded?
That's enough to
Oh,
know.
there we go. My apologies. So that's all that bit. Right. Right, okay, so item number 4, we bring back to the payments list. To resolve to agree to authorise the payments list for May 2026 and to note the income. Now, has anyone got issues with the payments list as it's been sent, the latest one? Isabel?
I fully get you haven't had time to go through it all, John, so I fully understand. But there are things on here that I know were on the payments list last time that were agreed, and I presume that they were paid, but as I haven't got access to the bank, I don't know. And also there are several other things that I know should be on there, but they're not on there, so it's not complete.
The ones you picked up, the planning,
Yeah.
they weren't on last month.
No, but there are some others on there, like the planning fees.
Yeah, the planning fees weren't on last month. They were paid for on the credit card, so therefore it's the I'm taking them off the credit card statement, and we checked, didn't we? We
Yeah.
couldn't find,
Didn't go through the bank.
no, this is where
No, they were on the credit card payment,
Yeah.
but you've paid the credit card.
No, not for that month. Because the credit card runs from the 20th of the month to the 20th of the month, so it's an overlap with the actual accounting month.
Right, okay.
Sophie?
I think one of the issues which is not helping my clerk a lot either is unfortunately the payments list that we had last month wasn't actually agreed by council, and the acting clerk at the time then gave authorisation for all contractual payments to be made. So there were payments that were missing from the payments list that then actually did get made through the bank, because that payments list wasn't quite correct either. So that's not helped you at all, Jan, in terms of trying to compile it this month, because you're working probably off of incorrect information. No. But there are some payments on here that have been made last month, because I checked through on the bank, and there are a number of payments that I know that are needing to be made that if we don't make, we will incur a late payment charge. And there's also a grant to the Bowls Club, which we've been promising them for a couple of months now. So what I would suggest to try and move forward is that we give our clerk RFO a bit extra time to go through it in some more detail. If there's anything we're aware of from looking at this, because obviously the updated one only came out a few hours ago, that we can send that through to ensure we've got a complete list. Because A, we need to make sure we're not paying anything that's already been paid, but also if there are outstanding items that we know do need paying, and and the clerk and RFO may not be aware of those ones. We need to ensure they're on that list.
So, what ones are on here that have been paid?
The Microsoft ones have been done.
No, they haven't, because the Barclay card hasn't been paid. So, this is for, Microsoft is every month on the 3rd of the month, so the last payment that was approved would have been for the 3rd of March,
Yeah.
and now we're approving the 3rd of April.
Okay.
So it can't be, it wasn't paid ahead of time because there was no statement to pay it ahead of time.
It's just a bit confusing because normally we had all the invoices and the Barclay card statements so we can cross-reference this.
Well, that's why,
We haven't got any of that, so...
that's why we have a finance meeting.
Yeah, so,
Well, no, it is in the financial regulations to send that, and that's what has been happening, which is the only way, to be fair. Adrian has managed to pay things the last few months to be checking off the invoices. Like I say, there are key payments, including the Work Nest one, the ones for the Bowls Club, and other contractual payments that we need to be making that aren't on here for approval, which will incur as a late payment charge.
are you happy to defer to
We can't,
recommendations?
because we need to make these payments tomorrow, so,
Or
so
is there, with the existing payments list, the things on the payments list, is there anything on the existing payments list that anyone's saying should not be paid?
Well, anything that I haven't been able to check, and I think you know what I'm referring to, and I'm not going to discuss it in public because I don't think that's right, but anything that the council hasn't been able to check and verify, I would not be prepared to pay.
but you can't not pay Barclay card because it would, I have to pay the Barclay.
No, I'm not disputing any of that. All the contractual payments and Barclay card has to be paid. But in the same vein, over all the last few months and every time we've been reviewing we've had the actual Barclay card statement, we've had all the invoices to make sure we can check and certify that as we're being asked to do. And also, you know, other payments and things like that we have to certify as correct. And I appreciate time has been extremely limited, so that's why I'm suggesting, you know, we give more time to have a look at this properly. But we haven't had that information to check it. So personally sitting here, I'm not going to go, yes, absolutely, I'm happy with all those payments, because I've already raised on certain ones that I'm not happy to certify if I haven't seen said information.
You would always usually dedicate pounds to pay tomorrow.
Yeah, up to 1,000 I can pay, and I can pay,
All the contractual.
so I can pay salaries, HMRC, Barclay card, and anything under 800, anything under £1,000.
So my proposal would be you usually delegate powers tomorrow, and the ones that are not within your delegated powers we bring back to council. Would that be acceptable? Is everyone happy with that? Yes? Did you hear that? Sorry. Yeah. Have we got a seconder on that? So
I'll say it.
yeah. All in for that approach? Thank you. Okay, so that moves us on to item number 5. To note the expenditure for April 2006. This will be reported next month. We haven't got that ready at the moment. To item number 6. To resolve to agree to update the Barclays Bank and CCLA mandates. I think this was an agenda item. Is it from Sophie? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was one we had in general discussion beforehand. Obviously, during the clerk RFO's period of absence, we have had some struggles with certain mandates where we're relying on a very small number of people, and if those people are away. And I also do believe we still have got the deputy clerk, ex-deputy clerk on said mandates, so that needs, that needs removing. And I'm not even certain, I think the last time we updated it was also when some ex-councillors were still here, so any ex-councillors and ex-member staff obviously agreed to remove them. And also the only thing I'm unsure of is Councillor Foyster is on the CCLA mandate, but he was appointed before he left and rejoined. So he's still a councillor, but obviously left the council and rejoined in between. So whether it's worth just updating that.
We've never done that before.
No, as in the mandate's still the same, but ultimately if that was a period of 2 months or 3 months gap, legally I don't know where the council stands for that. So what I'd be suggesting is that we ensure that all permanent office staff are placed on the mandate to give us more flexibility, and also if there are any additional councillors to add on as well, because it's one of those areas where you need to rotate it every time anyway. So.
Sorry, I missed because I was typing the last bit, sorry.
So all permanent office staff and any other councillors who wish to put their names forward to be on either mandate. Barclays is normally the one that gets filled up rather quickly, but CCLA normally gets missed off from some people, so I think we need...
So is there any councillors that would like to go on either of their mandates that are not on there?
Before.
Yeah, I know team. Is there anyone else that would like to be on the Barclays Bank or the CCLA mandates?
Do you need anyone for the CCLA mandate?
Who we've got on there? Isabel,
Three.
me, you.
It's me, you and
You
Paul.
and I are the trustees,
Yeah,
aren't we?
and now obviously Jan's back, so therefore there's
There's
four of us now.
That should be enough, shouldn't it?
It's enough, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So there's no one else wants to go, okay?
Do you want to go back or have you not been taken off?
I don't know. I've no idea.
I don't believe you're on there, Peter.
Pardon?
No, I don't believe you're on either.
It's quite a long gap.
Yes, so if you'd like to go back on,
Never mind.
that might...
Which one, please? Both?
No, just the Barclays.
Barclays, Peter for Barclays. Does that need a seconder?
Well, I'll second it, needs
Yeah.
We've just did the this one.
So can I then, the revised proposal is all ex-councillors and ex-members of staff are removed from either. Councillor Peter Howland goes on the Barclays mandate, but also can we make a blanket agreement that all permanent office staff are added to all mandates, because that's half of our issue if we do have any periods of absence or anything.
Are you happy with that being, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Jan's happy, I'm happy. Seconder for that? Yeah, all in for that? Wicked. Right, okay, item number 7, to resolve to agree who holds the Barclay card and the spending limits. I believe this was another item, perhaps from you, Sophie?
Yeah, again, this was done because of things we've noticed when Clark Arthur has been absent. We were quite heavily restricted in terms of our Barclay cards, and we were closely getting to the limits on some. So currently, in terms of the members of staff we've got the Clark RFO with monthly spend limit, I think it's 8,000, yeah. And the ground supervisor with a monthly spend limit of 1,000, although they don't have any delegated spending, that's just, they get the purchase order and then they can purchase on that credit card. So that's all we've got at the moment. Again, my suggestion just for ensuring continuity of service and things like that, if we do have any absences, would be that all permanent office staff have company credit cards with appropriate spend limits for their role. Mainly just ensuring so that the ground supervisor doesn't have to spend any admin related things on their credit card.
Yes.
And also the spend limit goes up quite a bit. So potentially, I mean, I think previously we had a deputy clerk with the 8,000 spend on there. And then my suggestion would probably be for an admin assistant to have 1,000, the same as the groundskeeper, the ground supervisor.
The ground supervisors now are asking for purchase order numbers to use the Barclay
Yeah.
card. So we've got back to the...
So we could lower it, or are you happy with the current limit?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. Are you happy with the thing for Ed to have their credit card?
I would rather talk to them first.
That's what I was suggesting. I don't want to impose something on someone that's not even here.
can we agree to offer it? And
Yeah.
then if there are any issues or anything, but it would just be, I would be suggesting it for the position rather than person. If the individual was not comfortable with it,
Yeah.
then by all means, but position-wise, I think it's
Yeah.
suitable. Yeah.
Yeah, so, does everyone want that proposal redone before they second it? Is everyone happy with that proposal? Second it?
I shall second it.
Okay, everyone happy with that proposal? Anyone not? That's everyone.
Could I just suggest that new members of staff only get it once they pass their probation?
Okay,
Probation period.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fine, thank you. Right, to resolve and agree to appoint Lauk as internal auditors. Proposal for that.
Can I just ask what is their charge now?
I don't know what the charge is for this year, but they've only ever been about £400 or £500, whereas the people we used before were well over 1,000. So
Yeah.
Well, I propose that. Isabel, would you like to, madam?
I'll propose it.
I'll second it then.
Okay, everyone happy with that? Thank you. Right. So the Open Spaces Committee to receive a report from the grounds supervisor. We've got that report now.
that's the rules in the
Oh,
blue.
it's 2 days. Has everyone seen that report?
Yep.
Is everyone happy with the report? Yep. Any proposal, anything on that?
No, we don't need that.
Right, okay. Right, item number 2, to elect members to the Open Space Committee. Proposals for that, please?
I'll propose Councillor Hutchinson or Isabel Hutchinson.
Okay, we'll do one by one, shall we? So, a seconder for Isabel? Yep. Everyone happy? Everyone happy with that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 1. Who else for Open Spaces, please?
Paul first.
Paul. Seconder for Paul?
Second.
All in for Paul? Thank you. Any others for Open Spaces, please?
I'd like to propose Councillor Richardson if he's willing to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Second that. Everyone else? Anyone else for that? Yeah, that's 3. What's the limit on that? Is there a limit on that?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. I quite like Open Spaces. I'll propose myself. Someone wants to second it?
No, I'll second
Yeah. Everyone in front for that?
Peter put his hand up.
So, is there anyone else that would like to go on Open Spaces? No? Okay. For the members of the committee to elect a chair of the committee. Proposals, please?
Isabel.
Yeah, second
I
that for
shall
Isabel?
second that.
Yeah. Everyone happy with Isabel?
That's a year for anyway.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yep.
Thank you. Right, item number 4, to resolve to agree the fees for exhumations. Any comments on that?
Do you want to read out it?
Yeah, I understand this was previously £100 when we last looked at this, which involves only a small amount of paperwork and attendance of a clerk. Isabel?
My only comment would be, obviously, there has been a request. That's why this has been brought up. Personally, that sort of figure for a cremated remains would be absolutely fine. But when you go into the realms of if it were equal, then that is nowhere going to be touching the sides, is it?
Is the request for a...
No, it is for cremated. But there are, we need to update you on that a little bit. But obviously, if we're going to be in communication with these people, we need to be very sure of what we're actually telling them the costs are going to be. That's why we wanted to make sure that we've got it agreed, because it was a bit not quite certain of what we were going to be charging. So,
No, carry on.
So the people that want the cremated remains, they have to apply to the Ministry of Justice, and we have to fill in a form, and then we have to do a normal burial records. And normally the Parks team would dig for the with coffin.
yeah,
it would be
so you've got that cost to add in.
to dig.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing, we need to be clear for this particular one that is propped up. That figure would be okay because it would cover your costs that would be involved to us. However, I think we need to do a little bit more work on if it were a full burial, because that is not going to cut it.
No.
Can I suggest that this is a cremated remains, and that's not a huge problem. Can we just pass this at £100 for the cremated remains and not set any policy for a coffin? If that crops up, we can deal with it when it happens. I've never heard of that happening. Cremated remains, yeah, I've heard of that, but digging up a body is highly unusual.
Is that a proposal?
Yes.
So I'll second that.
2 seconds, Sophie.
I did prep some research of different parish councils for this. So, for example, Newport Parish Council, for exhumation of cremated remains, they do £90, so 100 is about right. For full burial, though, it's 2,200. And the contractors' costs are charged separately. Rampton Parish Council, they have administration fees ranging from about £79 to £693, whether it's a burial or cremated remains. And Keyworth Parish Council, their fees are priced on application, so they're quite variable ones. And then larger authorities, not parish councils, can be anywhere from £3,000 more for a full body exhumation. So maybe, we stick with the £100 for the cremated remains because that seems to be on par with other councils. And then maybe that's something for open spaces to look at in their fees and charges for the overall for everything else. But
It goes along with your proposal, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So seconder on that proposal. Sorry. Come on.
No,
Second that. All in for that? Thank you. Right, that's number 5. To resolve to agree to purchase a mulching mower as recommended by the grounds supervisor. Right. Good. Have you got anyone with any comments on that? Sophie?
yeah, just for background, we had an email from the ground supervisor that the existing biking mower was overheating, so it wasn't performing. So he had a look. The best online price they found was £425 with free delivery. A local supplier was £439.99. They did have some cheaper models, but they were more domestic grade. So he was suggesting to do the Honda Power Mower for £425, which I believe is the one that we've got on the...
Which one?
That's the Honda. That's the one with the Honda engine, yeah.
Yeah, the £425 one, yeah.
Honda engine is highly recommended.
Yeah. So,
DTW tool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just a thought, is the difference between £425 and £439 is not very much, given the fact it's a local business, and we should be supporting locals if we can, and also, if something goes wrong, we can give it a new error right here and now, rather than DTW tools being miles away. I think we should spend a little bit more and buy local if we can.
who was the local one, Tim?
It was Pinchbeck. Yeah.
Pinchbeck.
I'm happy with that proposal because local business is pennies in it as long as the mower's the right mower.
Exactly the same mower, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same mower.
Who was that from?
It was the Mower Centre at Pinchbeck.
Mower Centre.
Yeah.
yes, they're very good.
Yeah. Okay, so that's, have we got a second on that proposal? Yeah, we got all in for that proposal? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Right, item number 6. To consider and resolve to approve the use of Carter's Park by Ryan Gills Martin for a photography exhibition on Saturday 13th of June 2026. We've set up from 4 p.m. and the event ended at 7:30 p.m. subject to any conditions deemed appropriate by the council. Any comments on that? Isabel?
Just for background, because obviously Pat was asking, this has come through a contact that I have, a local artist, and she was talking to me about this. It's a touring exhibition within South Holland, and it's a photographic exhibition about teenagers through the decades and how they have various activities and changes throughout the decades, and it's only teenagers from South Holland that it's involving. So they're going around various places and they wanted to do something in Holbridge. So it's a free exhibition, and they'll just come in and set up and let people come and have a look.
Well, I'll second that. That sounds like a good idea.
Everyone happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's sent through the insurance, but if you need risk assessment, if you let me know and I will contact, or I can give you the details or whatever. Thank you.
That's good, thank you.
Who's the proposer for that?
I think it was
Tim. Right, okay. Right, item number 7. To resolve to agree the payment plan suggested by Holbridge United Football Club to pay by instalments. Isabel?
It came up because obviously, because we were behind on everything, we haven't sent out any rent demands, so they wanted to know what the rent was for this year, so I told them what it was going to be, which had been previously agreed. They wanted to have a payment plan if possible, like they did last year, because they struggled to pay it all in one go, and they were paying £500 in increments. So they would like to do the same thing if we have no objection.
Mr. Chairman, this doesn't fall under open space, it falls under properties. Sorry, it does.
We'll deal with it now.
No, it doesn't. It actually falls under open spaces because all the properties within Carter's Park come under open spaces.
It's an item, whatever, isn't it? So has anyone got any objections to that payment plan?
I have, Mr. Chairman. I think we haven't seen anything like the level of transparency from Holbridge Football Club to justify any of this. And I'm aware they have been late with their payments before. You go to the past Holbridge Football Club on a regular basis and see the place absolutely packed out. And there's loads of money going in there. Why it's got to be, I don't know. We need to resolve this full and right. We can't carry on like this. We've got to sort this out.
Is there any other comments on that, Isabel?
All I would say is this is the final year of their 3-year years. So there will be a rent review coming up. So if you would like to make your comments at that point, then I think that is the time to do it. We're already into this next financial year, so they've either got to pay it all in one go once we invoice them, which we have not done yet, can't pay until we invoice, or we allow them to do a payment plan for this year, and then moving forward we look at that option.
Plus we need to look at, I think the public pointed out something about football club earlier. So we need to look at the whole thing. But with regard to the payment plan, Eddie?
I'd just like to make a comment that it's a hell of a lot of money to run a football club. I know this from experience. I was a director of Sporting United, and I know Holbridge were division below at the time, and I know exactly what it was costing them as well, because I went to their AGM. So it's a lot of money to run a football club. So much got to be paid. These little players got to be paid and all. It's a semi-professional. I know they've gone down a few divisions purposely, I think, but there you go. It's one of those things. So we've got to bear in mind that football is struggling down on the grassroots. We're losing it. We need to help these people if we possibly can.
Okay.
I'm fully on board with that, Councillor, but I would like to see a lot more transparency.
Okay.
I mean, there were late on payments last year and they had to be chased, didn't they? So to make it clear that they need to pay on time.
Right, okay. Have we got a seconder for the instalment plan?
Yeah, I'll second
Yeah, everyone in for the instalment plan? Thank you. Right, item number 8, to receive an update on the new tractor shed and discuss potential next steps. Including consideration of available options and information required to inform decision. Our clerk, picked something up earlier regarding this and has asked Lauk for advice, is that correct? She has reservations over whether such building can be demolished. We're waiting information back from Lauk regarding, have you received anything?
No, I
No.
checked just before I came out.
Sophie?
I think this item was there really because there has been, we've applied for the planning permission, we've done that, but there is discussion still among members as to which location and where and what is best. So ultimately, the only way we can decide on where and whatever is by factual information. Therefore, this item is really to go, okay, look, we've got two options. What information do we need to gather on both options to make sure we know? Because we need to ensure that we're comparing like for like. And I know previously there has been quotations for the tractor shed in its current location, but that's not the same necessarily as what is being looked at for the other location. So we need to ensure we've got some ballpark figures to work with. And if we are looking at a steel frame and things like that, which is what we were looking at for the other location, then we need to be thinking about the foundations, the slab, ensuring there's the water facilities, toilet, etc. in there as well. So what this was is trying to be a bit more productive and proactive rather than disagreeing with each other, to go, okay, we need to get this sorted, so can we agree on, let's get the information for both options and then we can bring it back and look objectively.
Paul?
it. Yeah, this hangs about the park bungalow and it's a difficult one. But together with a couple of other councillors, I think I'd look at the park bungalow the other day. And I came to the conclusion that it doesn't need demolishing, it needs restoring and preferably selling to someone who would restore it. I do not believe that it's unviable to restore it. I think it would be quite reasonable to restore it, but I don't think the council ought to be committing that money. I think we should sell it, take what we can get, put that towards the new tractor shed and put it where the old one was. I do know that the park staff very much keen to get this progressed as soon as possible. They're getting really cheesed off with not knowing what's going to happen. So I would propose that as soon as possible today, if we can, but subsequently, next meeting if we can't, we get some more figures in. I think those are already being looked at. And we make a decision and we get someone in and we get work done on this new tractor shed where the old one is.
Yeah, so the proposal would be a steel construction in it where the existing one is, correct?
Yes.
Which, yes.
I'll second that.
Sophie, one last thing, please.
Again, like I just said, the whole point of getting the information is there is disagreement among members as to what's both options. There's differences of opinion as to whether we need to demolish, whether we don't need to demolish, but ultimately it's only our opinions that we're going on at the moment in time. The purpose of this, if we are considering what is the best option and things like that, and whether we think it's viable or not viable to renovate a building, we really need to get a proper quotation for said thing, not just go on our opinions. If we're going to do this objectively and honestly for both options, then the purpose of this is to go, well, let's get all the quotes and things we need, not all 3 quotes because we're going to have to go to tender, but let's get the ballpark information for both options and see which one is viable and which one's not viable, because it may be that given the ground conditions and things of where the current tractor shed is, if you're going to be going for a steel frame with the new foundations, the foundations are going to be a lot more expensive. So we need to know properly and not just go on our own opinions.
I can't imagine in my wildest dreams that you can knock down a building, build a new tractor shed on the bungalow, less than you can to knock down
I'm not
a
saying
bit
we
of
can,
timber.
I'm saying find out the information, Adrian, rather than us just saying
Isn't
random
that
things.
just a lane?
I mean, we were in this position
Exactly.
2 years ago, and we got a quote for a steel shed on the present site of
Yeah.
a wooden shed for under 20 grand.
Yeah.
To get a quote for a wooden building for £30,000 is just ridiculous. Arson's head.
I tend to agree that we keep going around the same subjects, and I think we just need to finish it and just get a quote for the metal shed on the existing.
£7,000.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So, one last statement, and then we'll have some proposals. Isabel.
Regardless of what you decide, I mean, it's not to decide what we're doing tonight, it's what is the next steps, and it's not we're going to go this route, that route. We need to have information in front of us, we need to know what the costings are likely to be. If you are seriously thinking you're going to sell that bungalow or whatever you're thinking you're going to do, then you need to bring a proposal forward with proper valuations, etc., etc., because it's not just as easy as, oh, well, we'll sell it, because if you're selling an asset, there are rules and regulations that you have to go through to be able to do something.
Yeah.
So it's not a simple, oh, well, whoever wants to buy it will buy it at whatever value they feel they want to buy it for. It is a proper process that you have to follow to dispose of your assets.
We get that. Paul.
Yeah, I agree, but there are only two things we really need to know. We need to know the revised price for constructing the new shed on the site of the old one. And there will be different opinions as to what sort of footings may or may not be needed. But nevertheless, we could get that, and I believe that the ground supervisor said he was going to...
Yes, the ground supervisor said he'd be happy to get a revised quote for the metal shed and discuss any, if the base would hold it, and a revised for the base if it won't hold it,
Yeah.
if we go ahead with that route.
Yeah, there was some discussion, for example, as well, you need to build a raft to put the building
Correct,
on,
yeah.
which I don't think is necessary. I think if you put the right sort of concrete footings down with some rebar in, they'll hold that building with no trouble whatsoever. As for the bungalow, the only thing we want to know about that is what we think it would fetch.
Yeah.
We're not interested in the cost of the renovations because that's going to be somebody else's problem. We just want to know what it's worth.
Mr. Chair, we've already had the proposal and a seconding on this to build it on that site. So do you want to go straight to vote?
So, sorry, Tim?
We already had the proposal and the seconding to rebuild on that site, so why don't we just do it?
To rebuild on the existing tractor.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so you proposed.
That's his proposal.
And you've got a seconder for
I seconded it.
It's subject to the price not
Sorry,
being
point
outrageous.
of order, Chairman. The agenda item was specifically not to make an agreement. There is no agreement to be made on the agenda item.
Just to receive an update, so...
So that, and again, I'm sorry, but I will dispute this point. We're not just obtaining one piece of information on that bungalow. If we are to make a proper decision as an authority for the best way forward for one of our assets, you have to look at all options and you have to get costings for such. We don't just get value and go, oh, we're going to dispose of it straight away. We need to think about whether that asset is going to be of any value to us long term. And if people are suggesting it doesn't need demolishing, it can be renovated, well then get such quotes and prove it. Don't just put your opinion out there in the meeting. We have to do due diligence as an authority.
We've not suggested we do that bungalow immediately.
No, we suggested we do it later.
Shed up immediately.
Yes, exactly.
And we worried about the bungalow afterwards.
Well, that's sort of part and parcel of the same question.
No,
because
No, it's not.
It is, because
No,
we've
it's not.
literally applied for planning for putting it on that site. There is two options available, and we're basically saying we're just going to railroad through one option. I'm saying, as an authority, we need to be looking at both options that have been put forward, obtain the right information for both options, and look at it objectively and actually have a proper debate about it, rather than just say we're only going
This
for
has
one
gone
or the
on
other.
too long.
Yeah, it's gone on to too long, I agree.
We've got to vote on this and do it.
Yeah, well, I
We're not
agree.
voting on anything, it's an update, you're not
Okay,
voting on
well, we'll
anything.
vote on the update.
Right, so Sam, last thing, 'cause I don't think you've said anything.
The only thing that I would say on it is really is what would it hurt, because it has been a prolonged period of time, to spend a month of getting the quotes to keep Councillor Hutchinson's protocol right, to get some information, because if you are certain that putting it, and I think putting it probably in the existing place is probably best now, looking at the facts, but that's an opinion rather than the fact. So if we spend a month putting in the work just to cover everything, one more month on top of 2 years, it's not going to be pushed through. So we might as well just do due diligence.
As long as it's not.
And then next month, stick it in your agenda to say vote it through whichever way you want. But as this one says, we can't do it. But just to have those little bits of numbers and paperwork done, then we can all vote on it clearly and properly.
Okay.
No, we've had enough so far.
I will go along with that. If somebody wants to get some figures in, fine.
Not necessarily Councillor Hutchinson,
I
but
want to
somebody
get some
to
figures
do.
as well, if that's the case, because I want to...
So the proposal, if I understand it, would be to get some figures in for putting the building on the existing tractor shed grounds.
Which I understand are coming up, and as soon as we've got those figures, then we move it. What happens to the bungalow afterwards?
I'll second that.
Different
Second that, all in for that?
No.
Well, we can get some quotes. All right, we're just having, so we don't need any proposals, no. All right, we'll just get some.
Get info for both options.
We'll just get info for both options, and they would have to be brought back to council by the next meeting, so we speed it up a bit.
Yeah, we can't
Quite have to
go
go
on.
forward, we've just got to have a little bit more information to go forward with.
So that includes having the bungalow revalued,
Yeah.
okay? We know how much demolition's going to cost,
Yeah,
because we've got 2
and a
quotes
quote
for
for
that.
renovation.
Yeah, and a quote for renovation.
And obviously the quote for which.
However, they are two separate subjects, the bungalow and the tractor shed.
Yeah.
They're two separate subjects. Therefore, what we need to know is what's going to happen at the bungalow tractor shed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. So that's the update.
They are two separate, I entirely agree.
So we're happy with that? We're happy with that, yeah. All right, thank you.
Can we've not had a vote on any of that?
No, apparently, but it's no vote, it's just information purposes only. That's what I correct, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
but I would really like a vote on that next time we have a meeting of
Yes.
any sort.
No, I totally
And if
agree.
the figures haven't come in by then we just go ahead.
Yeah. Right. So, sorry, right, okay, so PPS committee now to elect members to the PPES
Can I
committee.
just say before we start on that one, similar to finance, that this was one of the committees that Sophie wanted to dissolve, or not re-elect on.
Well, we
For
can
now. For now, potentially, not
For now,
permanently.
well, we're all here, so we decide whether we want it or etc. now, can't we?
I would like to nominate Peter Howden for PPS. Accept it?
Okay, second on that. Anyone else voting for Peter Howden on the
I
PPS?
think Tim, I'd like to...
Yeah, 2 things. Got it, one. So you've got you and Tim.
Well,
I propose Tim.
oh, okay.
Right, so we've done the first vote, yes?
We've all agreed that Peter Howden should be.
Yeah,
Yes,
Peter Howden.
right, fine. You need a second for me.
And you proposed Tim. Who's seconder for Tim on the PPS?
No, I'll second
Okay, everyone happy with that? Anyone? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's PPS 2 for the PPS, correct?
Yeah.
Anyone else want to go on to the PPES committee? That's
Given that Peter Paul Foyster makes us about the things, it'd be nice if he was to do some of this as well.
it.
No? No.
Eddie, would you be interested?
Yeah, I'll help out.
Yes.
I need to.
Thank
I'll
you.
nominate in that case.
Proposal for Eddie.
Yeah.
Seconder.
I'll second Eddie.
Second Eddie.
Before.
Everyone else happy for Eddie? Thank you. So that's 3. It's enough, isn't it? Okay, that'll do for now then. For the members of the committee to elect a chair of that committee.
Would Eddie chair? You did before?
If no one else wants it, yes. If somebody else would like to go for it, then I will second them.
Well, I propose Eddie.
Seconder for Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, second. Sorry. Go back. Olive, vote for AD? Well, it's between you three, isn't it? Is that, yeah, okay.
Yes, I know the committee.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Number 3, to consider and authorise electrical works required under the EICR report for the cemetery chapels by C.A. Brown. Does anyone want to give information on that?
Well, I gave the information, but basically, as everybody knows, we had all the electrical certification done. The chapels did fail. We held back on that because it wasn't being used, but if you are going to want to use it for any of these things that have been offered, then you will need the electrical certification in place. So the price that was quoted by them to do the work that was required is £1,794.50p. And you've got to have it done if you want your electrical certification. So,
Can you just remind me, is that both set parts of the building or just one or?
well, it's the electrics for, it feeds both buildings, yes.
Is it the North Chapel that's the one that's in bad repair?
Yeah,
Worse
yeah,
repair.
yeah.
That's got the box with all the goodies on, which is at ground level,
Yeah.
absorbing water,
Yeah,
and that feeds through to the South Chapel.
so that's got to be done, whatever happens, yeah.
Did we receive the appropriate amount of quotes on that?
You can't. I've been through this before. Can I please ask a member of the public to comment?
Yeah, carry on.
John? If I remember correctly, you advised at the time that if you hadn't done the electrical certification, you would not be prepared to do the work based on somebody else's certification report.
You could do the work, but it wouldn't necessarily mean that it would pass.
Yes.
It's like taking your car for an MOT. You could take it to Holbridge Tyres, who will fail it because the steering needs adjusting or whatever. Then you take your car away, then you take it to West End Garage and say, I want a price for doing the steering and the MOT. Then they fix the steering and they say, well, the exhaust won't pass the MOT, so we can't give you the MOT till we do the exhaust. So your cheapest way is to have your contractor do the whole lot, and then you get your certificate. If you start messing about going between contractors, then you're going to end up costing a fortune.
Okay,
Makes
so
sense.
Thank you.
thank you for that. So are you happy? We're happy to accept the 179,450?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Second of that? Proposing for that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Right. Item number 13, to elect members for the HR, Health and Safety and Data Protection Committee.
I'd like to nominate Peter Howden again.
We've got second for Peter Howden.
Yep.
Okay, we've got votes for Peter Howden. Thank you. Any more members, please?
I'll propose Sophie Hutchinson.
Have we got,
I'll go on as well.
yeah, have we got any votes for Sophie Hutchinson? No?
Yes, you'd like to second her over there, but you're trying to ignore it, Adrian.
So no, I said second, so we're on to votes now. So have we got votes?
Who seconded it?
Paul.
Paul. Oh yeah, so have we got votes, please?
Excuse me.
No, we can do it.
Just a minute.
Increase that to read it, second.
Second anything.
Oh, I thought we did, sorry.
No.
Oh, sorry.
So, sorry, I thought I saw your hand up. So who was the proposal, please? That was Sam, you was the second, did you? So that's second, so who's votes for Sophie Hutchinson? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, who's against, please? 4. Is that 4?
Yeah.
You've got the casting vote. Can I
Um,
remind you that you have to, your casting vote should be used for the benefit of the council and Holbeach Parish Council, it's not a personal vote.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sorry? I'm going to say no, because of previous issues we've had with the clerk. clerks, and I can't have a reiteration of that. Okay?
Can I just say that if you're going to raise an issue against me, that none of that has been proven, and you have not sent that across for a complaint.
Okay.
So please do not raise things about me and say things about me in a meeting if it is not proven. That is your personal opinion.
Right, so that's a no, okay? Have we got anyone else for?
So I'll propose Paul.
Okay.
Second.
Second poll. Votes for Paul. Yeah. That's agreed. Votes against? No. That's second. That's 2 for Paul.
I'll propose Adrian as
And
well.
I'll second that.
But just as a point, it does say in the terms of reference that it's better for the chair not to be on HR, and I agree with it due to the fact that there needs to be some accountability somewhere along the lines for the committee.
Yeah.
If you're on there, it blurs that line of name change at the moment.
We know that's perfectly allowed.
It's perfectly there, it's just saying that I'm just pointing out. that it's just
So we had a seconder on
I
that.
did.
All in for that? Who's for that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So against? Any against? No. Okay. Is there any more? That's 3, isn't it? That's the allowance. Okay.
Mr Chairman,
Yeah.
as things have continued in the way that I presumed they was going to continue for this meeting, I would now like to withdraw my nomination for Open Spaces and I resign forthwith.
Okay, thank you.
On the Open Spaces Committee.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
So, just doing that.
Point of order, Mr Chairman.
Yes.
Can we just have clarification on the comment of Mrs Hutchinson? Did she mean that she's resigning from Open Spaces or from the council?
No, from Open Spaces only. I'm not going to give them the pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So can I just,
Tell us what you
not
understand.
time, 19. So we had Isabel Forrester, Sam Richardson, so you've got 3, so that's fine.
You've got 3. Do we want to read it to chair or do you do that next time on?
Yeah, you're going to have to. Or do you, yeah.
Yeah, do you want to do that now?
Yeah.
So, given Isabel's resignation, shall we re-elect a chair to Open Spaces between the members of Open Spaces? Who would like to be? Anyone for that? He was on there.
So it's Paul Foyster, Sam Richardson, and yourself.
Well, I'm happy with Sam.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. Anyone else?
Peter?
It's either you or Adrian, Councillor Foyster.
Yeah.
So how have we got on? We've just got Sam and Adrian at the moment.
And you're
And
saying
you.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, I'll do it, but I don't want to do it very long. I'm hoping we'll get some new members on.
Wait, so next week, yeah.
Yeah.
In which case I'll quickly resign and try and twist one of their arms. But for the time being,
Okay.
Who's proposing?
So I propose Paul in, if Paul's happy to do it. We've got a seconder for Paul. Sam seconded. Vote for Paul. So vote. So that's enough, yeah? Right.
Back to 13 to
Right.
chair of the committee.
Right, so this is for the members of the committee to elect the chair of the committee. This is HR, Health and Safety and Data Protection Committee. Anyone?
So it's between Paul, yourself, and Peter.
Well, I would propose Peter as chair. Have we got a seconder for that? Yes. Is everyone happy with that?
So it's 3 of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, okay. Right, is that, no, we now move on to election to outside bodies, is that correct? To elect members to outside bodies. I'm quite new, I don't know much about.
I don't know why that's happened, because it's 14 is events first, but it's by number.
Oh right, so we go to events first, yeah. Sorry, it's flipped flat, as you said,
I
yeah.
know, I don't know what happened.
Okay, so we'll go to events committee, to resolve to agree to elect members of the events and PR committee.
So I'll nominate Tim.
Seconder for Tim. All in for Tim? 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 1, yeah. Against? Anyone against? No?
Have anyone abstaining?
Yeah.
Then 2 abstained, yeah.
And 2. Can't you remember our names now, Adrian? Do we not exist
Isabel and
anymore?
Sophie.
Thank you.
Nice,
Realise that. To agree to elect members of the PRC. Any further amendments to the events committee and PR committee?
I'd like to nominate Adrian.
We've got a seconder for that. And we've got votes for that. 3, 4, 5. Against that? Anyone against? Anyone abstaining?
Yes, yeah.
Sam?
I'm not, but I just seeing that you seem to be on an awful lot of committees, and I worry that, especially as being chair, and your worries in the past about how much work you're doing, that this would put a lot of weight on time abstain just for your own mental health.
No, events is my thing, though. I did
So
say.
on this basis, no HR.
Can I just come here and say, if we do get some more members on, I think we perhaps rejig this
Exactly.
activities again.
No,
Because
totally.
we're sharing the load between quite a few people. If we get just 2 more, some of us can step down from some things and spread it out a bit.
Right, and we need 1 more on events.
I would like to nominate Peter Howden.
Are you happy with that, Peter? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so we can have a seconder for Peter. Yeah.
No. Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
Votes
ahead.
for Peter. 4. Was that? I didn't see. Yeah, sorry, 5. Abstained. Isabel and Sophie abstained.
Yeah, I'm not recording them because they haven't answered
Yeah,
yet.
it's
That's
recorded.
it.
For the members of the committee to elect a chair of the committee. Proposals, please.
Oh, Tim, obviously.
Okay, Peter.
Seconder for Tim.
Well, it's only you, isn't it?
It's only you who can do it.
Okay, I'll second Tim. Votes for Tim. Yeah.
Now you go to election to outside bodies.
Don't like that. So, item number 15, election to outside bodies, to elect members to outside bodies. Isabel.
If I remember correctly, the 2 bodies that we serve on, the Farm Red and Hobbs United Charities, both requested that people be elected for the full term rather than keep changing them each time.
Right, okay.
That's it too.
Was that last year?
Yep.
Yeah,
And was that, I mean, I can't remember that, but...
yeah, because that is specifically what they have to do for the charity commission. They don't want changes each time, they wanted it elected, so that's what we did last time.
Right, so, as last year then, that's for the farmer education.
So, what did you say that one?
So apparently last year,
Yeah.
they did it for the rest of the term.
Ah, so we don't need to elect anyone.
Well, not for that one, but
You do for United Charities, because
There's one vacancy
one
on that
vacancy.
one, and then the voluntary fire service, there's one vacancy.
Okay, so Holbeach Farmers Education Foundation, that's fine, yeah? Holbeach United Charities, you want to elect 1 more person, is that right?
Yeah, there's currently a vacancy on that from last time, so.
Who's currently on it? You are.
Does anyone like to go for that?
I'll put my name forward to that.
Thank you, Sam.
I will say, Sam, they do meet
Right,
Friday
it's a good day.
afternoon.
I shall withdraw my, due
I
to
can ask
work.
them if they...
No, it shouldn't be changed for me, no, due to work commitments, unfortunately, I have to do this.
Okay, have we got any more interested in the Hull Beach United Charities?
What is the commitment time-wise? You said Friday afternoon.
Twice a year
Twice a year, I can put that.
at 2 o'clock on Friday normally.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Do we need a seconder for that? Yeah.
Propose and a seconder.
Yeah.
Tim, yeah.
Proposer for Tim then? I propose Tim. You second it?
Yeah.
Yeah, second it. All in for Tim on that one? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, Isabel, you could vote for me on
No, I can't vote for you on that because I don't believe that you're the best person to do it.
Right,
But hey,
okay,
ho, that's my personal opinion.
That's fine. Is it against then? Or you're abstaining?
Oh, sorry.
Abstain. Yes, we are abstaining. Okay.
Well, actually, I'm voting against on that one because I don't think it's a sensible idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want that?
Yes, please.
So if you just bear with us.
Yes.
Who abstained from that vote?
Okay. Can I take note of the time, please, for our going? So it's 8 o'clock, so
Yes.
we've got half an hour left. Is that correct? 4 minute
I
break?
think that's...
It was suggested in the welfare to check on the clerk. So,
Are you okay or would you like to
yeah,
go?
sometimes it is a bit heavy going to start.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Right, item number 3, South Holland voluntary car service. Would anyone like to volunteer for that? No? Okay then. Right, that one's done, isn't it? Right, so we move on to item number 16, policies. Right,
Yeah, I propose this.
yeah. Do you want to read that out then?
To resolve to agree to defer all policy reviews to the next meeting to allow the clerk time to review.
I'll second that.
In for that? Thank you. Right. Right. Are these only reading out one by one, these meeting days?
But you don't have to if everybody's read them.
Isabel?
Can I just clarify, have the dates for the Herne and Hogue St John been booked now?
No.
Right, okay, because I believe that our chairman has booked this venue all through the year, have you not?
I've put a precautionary eye, you can change it back and change.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done Hull Beach Herne twice because we weren't allowed to go to St Mark's.
And we're just thinking about a different venue in St Mark's, and maybe approaching the school.
Okay.
If we
Yeah.
approach the chair of the Old Beach St Mark's Village Hall and he says no again, maybe perhaps we could contact the school to see if they would be willing to let us use their hall.
So if I do that for the 13th of July,
Do they have any rule that would be suited to have small
for the
class?
13th of July,
Small schools and
Yeah, they probably would, I mean, if you like that in there.
that's the only other venue that would be unfortunate.
can't you something connected with
Not anymore,
it?
well, my wife is, but I'm not.
So do you want to read these off or do you want to...
Excuse me, can I just interject there rather quickly? Somebody said there's no other meeting place in St Mark's. You might want to have a look at the church side. They've got a small building on the side there that may be suitable, might be too small, but it's up to the council to decide. But there is another use in there.
So,
It's not suitable.
Just looking at the dates that's been picked, I mean, it might be what it has to be, but I would have thought it might be nice to have a month between, just so that the members of Hull Beach don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 months without being able to, because then some of them might not be able to
Can you
travel.
explain?
yes, Jane.
So this was done about 4 years ago, because there were some lady councillors that didn't like driving the little country lanes in the dark.
Makes sense.
So the away meetings were always
In the summer
some
months,
of them. I mean, I
It
guess you
just, I feel
don't
that
worry and
some
I
of the
don't
public
worry,
might not.
so if
In
you
3
want to
months.
change it, you go ahead, yeah.
Well, I'm happy to change it if everyone's happy to change it.
I would suggest changing it because for some people they've probably got to travel all the way here in the dark, haven't they? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think 3 months away from the centre of Holbridge seems.
So proposal for change, what changes and what dates?
Could I also make another?
Yes.
I mean, we haven't been to Holbeach Drove and we haven't had a parish councillor for Drove Ward for at least 4 years. There's only one venue down there, well there are two actually. One is St Polycarp's Church, which I don't know whether that would be suitable, but I could have a look into it. And the other one I know is just over the border into Watlow would be the Elizabethan
I've
Centre.
not heard it, but Elizabeth maybe it sells alcohol.
Oh, it does, doesn't
So, could I suggest that
Unfortunately,
you
yes.
set dates, you
Yeah.
agree the dates, and you agree to go to Herne in June, and then at that meeting we agree the venues,
Right.
yeah?
So the proposal is.
Right, so yes, the proposal is to set the dates tonight
Right.
and then set venues next meeting.
Okay, and the dates, do you want to read them off or the dates we still stay with?
Right, so it's Monday 8th of June, Monday 13th of July, Monday 10th of August, Monday 14th of September, Monday 12th of October, Monday 9th of November, Monday 14th of December, Monday 11th of January, Monday 8th of February, Monday 8th of March, Monday 12th of April and Monday 17th of May because it's an election year and that counts, that's within 14 days following.
Okay, so we've got a proposal to accept the dates? Yes, I've got a seconder for accepting the dates? All in for accepting the dates? Thank you. And the second part we'll look at when we have appropriate time, yeah? Right, am I correct and we've now moved to closed session? Oh, right, item number 18, to resolve to agree in line with Public Bodies Administration to Meetings Act 1960 to exclude the press and public from the following agenda items due to the confidential nature of the business to be transacted. Publicity would be prejudicial to the public interest for reasons including the consideration of sensitive staffing matters, legal advice and personal information as defined under Schedule 12A of the Local Government Act 1972. Opposed, seconded. All in for that? Thank you very much. Thank you for attending tonight.
Could we have a 5 minute?
Yes, definitely. Shall we shut it for 5 minutes? Yeah. Sam?